for them and doing fundraisers for them, and I'm very passionate about helping Wineema Ranch. So if you folks live in the Reno area or flying in from overseas or wherever you're from, make sure you head out to Hallelujah Junction, just north on 395, just a little bit, and you can go visit the ranch and spend some time with those wild horses out there. And how are we doing, Zach? Are we live yet?
Yeah, we should be live, and I think YouTube should be popping up pretty quick here, too.
Perfect. I'm going to let him do that, Christian, and I'll go right to you.
Yeah.
Tell us about your dog, Tahoe, here.
So Tahoe is our dog. He is one of the reasons we started the foundation. Definitely the reason we went with a dog focus. And he himself was a rescue. He was found along with the rest of his litter and his mom down at the Carson River. Somebody dumped them off. The poor mom just emaciated, trying to take care of, the rest of her pups. And some friends found him, brought him up, fostered them, and we fell in love with Tahoe. Honestly, we would have adopted them all if we could have.
Right.
But in any case, we ended up with Tahoe here, and he's just a great dog. He's a great ambassador for his breed. He's a pit bull, but he loves kids. He loves other dogs. As you can see, he's well behaved, and he's just the perfect mascot for what we do and what we represent.
Yeah, he gave me a good old lick up the chin this morning, and
yeah.
he's a sweet dog. Everybody's been loving on him in here, and
He's definitely a socializer.
yeah. And you got other things going on. You have some other things you wanted to mention. We did mention the fundraiser, but what about is it Demou's story?
Yeah,
What's
so
that?
Demou is going to be coming to us this upcoming Sunday, and Demou is coming from the Contra Costa Animal Shelter over in the Bay Area, and his story is sort of unique. He's another blue pit. He belonged to a homeless man, and the man was assaulted with a knife, and Demou went in, defended him, ended up losing his ear over it. He got his trachea nicked, and the owner ended up in the hospital, and Demou unfortunately ended up in the animal shelter. And so they reached out to us, and he's been there for a little while. He's a great dog, great people dog.
Obviously protective.
Very protective. Doesn't do so well with other dogs. And so when he comes to us, we're going to put him directly into a board and train with our friend Brittany over at Inline Canine. And she's going to work with him for a few weeks and try and break him of that dog reactivity. And
Speaking of the canine girl,
yeah,
I want to see about getting her on, because I used to watch this show. It was a British girl on Discovery Channel, I think it was. But she would retrain dogs that had little behaviors.
yeah,
And that sounds kind of like what she's done, because we became friends on Facebook. And I've been kind of seeing some of her clips and things. So I'm going to be reaching out to her and see if I can't get her on maybe in June or something. And help folks with dogs that have some behaviors we need to break, right?
Yeah. She does some great work, and like I said, over that period of time, she's going to be working with him. But after that, we're going to be looking for adoption or potential foster if he doesn't find a home immediately.
What are you have a GoFundMe set up for the fleet, right?
We do. It's GoFundMe.com/RRFleet. And it's probably the easiest way for people to get in there, read about exactly what we're looking to do with it, and obviously donate as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, we appreciate you coming in with something new every week, and for getting me the information so we can share it with our listeners. We really appreciate you being here.
Well, I appreciate what you guys have done for us, and obviously what your listeners do, and in the donations and reaching out. And it's always nice to come in on Wednesdays and spend time with you guys.
And grow with us.
Absolutely.
It's always great to have you, Christian.
Yeah. And I'm going to start off with Dan, because, I did clip him off last week, and I feel really bad about it. So I had to give him first little dibs here. But
I'm not going to say a word now. I'm just going to sit here.
okay, well, get out. No, I'm kidding.
Good radio.
I'm just kidding.
Dead air Dan.
I hate when you get gun shy at the mic. Big choke.
Never.
Yeah, that's why Anita always has notes. So when that happens, she can just look. Oh yeah. But tell us about your program you came up with, and I had another question about that program.
Oh, okay.
organizations.
Ask away.
Organizations that are into selling things. His program is about getting into the psyche of the buyer. Okay, what are the buyers wanting? Okay, and where they're going, and then that helps you to sell it to them, right?
Pretty much. So I don't have anything
So
to say now.
do you
But
do you have groups?
yes, I do. Actually, I'm trying to get it as an ongoing class. It'll be about 6 hours long. It's being refined again and again and again. You know, adding and adding to it. I can say this: a national company has approached me. They're looking at it to use it as part of their program. So I'm hoping that will work, or looking forward to that, actually. And it's called Biology, and there are 9 million programs plus on how to sell. But there aren't very many, if any, other programs on why do people buy.
And why they go to the same place and do.
And as a hypnotist, I'm a master of language patterns, but I'm not hypnotizing people during a sale. You know, some people said, well, I can't hypnotize them. You're not. It's just when you know what the outcome is going to be, it's easy to lead them to the outcome. And basically, I would say the power of free, because people are wired to get free, and they don't know the price of free. But if you make $125 an hour and go stand in line for 3 hours to get a free food item at that place that sells Mexican food, because we can't say names, that's actually, that free item is costing you $375. But you got it for free and it has value. Okay? And the other thing you learn is how to spin expertise. Like you're an expert, or 4 out of 5 dentists recommend. You know, I want to find the 5th dentist and find out why he didn't recommend it. But it is very fascinating. You learn, you know, why you buy, and I would say it's entertaining, it's fast moving. You learn some language patterns to help people, but you also identify people's personalities. So when you identify their personality, you can identify their language usage and belong to their tribe. And it also, we go into dissection of commercials and how many different commands are actually in your average commercial. There's one commercial out there for a dairy product, and it has actually about 6 sentences in it.
Ah.
But it's fun, it's easy, and everybody takes away that, wow, when I begin to use these tools, that my business is beginning to pick up and perk up.
Hey, you know what? I listen to other channels besides America Matters, but
No.
yeah, I listen to another media group here in town. I won't say a name, but I've heard a commercial, and it says, "Are you a business owner? We'll connect you with new potential customers in our seminar." And I was like, wait a minute, because that's what I say.
But
So somebody stole my words.
Just not in your seminar.
It's not in
Not
my
your
free
seminar.
seminar.
But here the key point is, they always say, well, people don't like to be sold to, they like to buy. And they like to buy from people they know, love, and trust. Tell me, how do you create that know, love, and trust?
Relationships.
That,
We got to build
that's
a
about a third-
relationship,
that's-
and you
that's
got
a
to do
part
it
of-
real quick.
It's it's a process, and and I'll tell you, as a stage hypnotist, it's the same formula I use when I walk on stage. There's a certain language pattern you need to use. There's a certain way to do it, and you have less than 15 seconds now for a person to like you, and you have less than 3 minutes for them to trust you. So you have to do that, and everything now is geared to that. And it's, you know, you can't make a person buy something, because if he did, they all be buying a brand new blue car because the commercial was on, a must buy the car. It's create the emotional impact, create the rapport, and find what their value system is. And the different personalities create love and trust in different ways. Nobody knows this. And this is through, I'm not bragging, but thousands of hours of research. And I just write notes, I put them all together, made a 50-page workbook. And I'm actually going to put it into a media presentation, so you can do it online.
I have a degree in education that's specified to instructional design online. So if you ever need anyone to make modules and create tests and do all that, I can help you in the future.
Well, I talk nice, but I need someone to make all my work look pretty. So I am not, I am the least visual person you see in the world. I see it in my head.
Well, I'm happy to help you because you have helped me. I've been going under hypnosis with Dan, and we trade a little airtime for a little hypnosis.
Yeah.
And we're getting rid of the junk in our life inside, and we're moving forward. And Zach, real quick, you took his course. What'd you think?
It was incredible. And I actually need to pull the workbook out back again. And
We'll
go
bring you
through
in for
stuff
the revised part 2 and for 3.
You know, because there's so much in there that it's changing the way you think about stuff and looking at all the patterns that you've created when you go, especially when you go to do a selling process.
Right.
And it changes a lot.
But if you know what they're thinking, you can definitely lead them to where you want them to buy. There's a story about a free candy bar we'll slip in at the end if we can. It's pretty
Sounds
fascinating how
great.
that worked.
Stay with us. We'll be right back, folks.
Hi there, Leroy Marshall here to welcome you to our new world-famous Marshall Mint at the Reno Town Mall. You'll find gold and silver bars, the V&T Railroad, Wild Mustangs, and Angels of the Day medallions, one-of-a-kind estate jewelry, Morgan dollars, fashion golden quartz jewelry. See the free museum with precious stones and crystals from all over the world. The Marshall Mint, now open in Reno at the Reno Town Mall.
Do you need high-quality estate planning and family law services? I'm Reno attorney Todd Torvinen. I practice in the areas of estate planning, probate, family law, and divorce taxation. I'm also experienced in probate and family law litigator and believe that prevailing in any litigation requires diligent, methodical preparation. As a certified estate planning law specialist and certified public accountant, I'm singularly qualified to analyze the financial aspects of marital, family assets, or a decedent's estate. A large part of my practice is done in real time. It means that preparation of estate planning and family law documents occurs with the client present, and they're reviewed with the client at the time the client is there. Your documents are examined line by line and explained to you, then modified based upon your input. This client-focused approach leverages the current technology and enhances the attorney-client communication and relationship. The idea is to produce a better product. Please call me at 775-825-6066 to schedule an appointment today. Again, 775-825-6066.
Hi there.
Hi there. Does Eddie the Wonder Dog go everywhere with you?
Yes, because of Doc Richard, I can take Eddie the Wonder Dog with me. I get so nervous not having Eddie nearby. Dr. Richard has made Eddie the Wonder Dog an official emotional support animal.
How does that work?
Well, he met with Eddie and me twice and made a mental health assessment and then wrote an official letter naming Eddie as an emotional support dog. Yes, Eddie. Because of the Fair Housing Act of 1967 and the Americans for Disability Act, he posted Eddie as my official emotional support dog on the National Registry. Eddie can be in my home without any additional charge by my landlord, and he can go out in public almost anywhere. It's the law.
Wow. Could he help me and my dog Mildred, the average dog?
Yes, call Doc Richard today. He can help you and your Wonder Dog or cat. Just call 775-683-1108. Call Doc Richard today, 775-683-1108.
Destination Midtown. Experience the difference. Reno's premier shopping extravaganza. Everything imaginable and more. Midtown matters. Get down to Midtown.
Beefy's, the best little diner in the biggest little city. Cheeseburgers extraordinaire, chili cheese omelets, and the best milkshakes in Midtown and Reno. Beefy's. Try the full Beefy's menu and beer on tap. Beefy's, South Virginia at Arroyo.
Midtown Reno. Experience the difference. Get down to Midtown. Midtown matters.
You're invited to join Business Connections with Anita every Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. here on 1180 a.m. KCKQ America Matters.
Want to expand your advertising dollar? Sponsor this or any America Matters program by calling 775-827-8900 extension 2. Now back to the show.
Here we go. Thank you for joining us, friends. And I don't know, it's a crazy morning. Everything's just kind of wacky.
It's another Wednesday.
A wacky Wednesday.
At least it's warming up outside now. It's not 34 degrees out. It was when I woke up this morning.
We're going to wrap up with Dan, and then we're going to get over here and talk about some diamonds, and then we're going to talk about another nonprofit organization that we're passionate about with CJ. So, Dan, you said something here. You were going to, when we left for a break.
A couple things about free. Real quickly is a guy had a roving tool truck route, And he thought, I can make a little extra money by selling soda and a little bit of extra money selling candy bars. How many candy bars and sodas do you think he sold? Not too many. He did okay with his tools. And then he thought, do this. He thought, when you buy X amount of tools from me, you get a free candy bar, free soda. So people were trying to get that level to get a $1 free candy bar and spending $25, $30, $50 to get a free candy bar. There's a well-known fulfillment company that when you buy over this amount, shipping is free. So people will buy more. I got to buy something more to get the free shipping, right?
Right.
And what happened?
I've done it.
Well, yeah, we all do it, right? Well, don't say that word.
Why can't I?
Okay. Well, here's a funny thing. In Europe, in France, they said, okay, if you buy over this amount, it is €1 to ship. Nobody, like 3% or 5% of people bought more because of the one real small incremental shipping cost. Free shipping, it just like tripled their sales. It's just genius.
It is genius.
And when you know how people think, you can go, and add on things, diamonds. Diamonds probably are pretty easy, but you hey, sell the whole thing and create a customer for life.
That's always the thing with a gift with purchase, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not free.
I see we have a caller on the line.
Oh.
No, sorry. I lied. It was my fault. Victor, Precision Diamonds, good morning. Did I hear on America Matters on your ad that you started at Park Lane Mall?
Yeah, back in the day, 1988.
Wow.
It's a great time to be in Reno, and everybody came to Park Lane. So crazy enough to quit your job and start a little something on your own.
Yes, you've been in business quite some time, and you got your own building right around the corner here.
Long journey, but it took 27 years to finally find the right building, the right value, the right location. And thank God that we were able to buy it. Now we've been at the building 4 years, celebrating 31 years in business.
Congratulations.
Wow. Thank you.
Great.
What do you think it takes to do the long haul in business like that through all the changes and everything that have happened?
We learn not to, plan too far down the line, pay attention, listen to your customers. There's a reason why you quit your job. It's kind of crazy that you take on this David and Goliath. So you're little David against the giant. You're going to quit, and I'm going to do better than you do with all your experience and help. But it's caring for your customer, taking a day at a time, a month at a time. Before you know it, it's 5 years, 10 years. As we saw in Park Lane, all of a sudden Park Lane was crumbling down, so we had to, exit, go to Plan B.
Yes.
So we're at Plan D now, and finally by buying your own building, thank God that you do it with your overhead. Thank God that the landlord is not part of the equation.
Yes.
So thank God for that. But you get to a point that word of mouth, listen to your customer. What Dan's saying about paying attention. What do you say? But you earn your trust over years, and then word of mouth, people coming in just say, so and so send me. So it's really establishing. And you know what? I think that become part of the family gets thrown around, but we started that back in the day, and we're seeing the second, and now time's flying by, so it's a third generation. It's really cool to say, hey, my kid's ready for a little promise ring. And it's really super cool.
Yeah, and you also do jewelry repair in there.
We don't like to brag, but I brag. I like to brag about Moses, my nephew, my head jeweler. He's been with me 20 years. And you talk about answering your call. He was born to do this. He's a complete package because he'll listen to you, take care of you, fix it for you, and explain everything, break everything down. That he's the one doing it for you.
Yeah, I have some half-carat diamond earrings, and I lost the screw back off of one of them, and I really need to come drop them off and do that. And I don't know. I'm just. She's CJ's also a wedding planner, and she does that. So she'll probably send people your way. So. He's just right around the corner here. I don't know if you've ever been in his little. It's not little. It sparkles all the way to heaven when you walk in. There's so many good things. I saw lots of goodies. I wanted to go in, and his wife is amazing. We had a great conversation, and I know you've been on several shows on America Matters, and and have a little experience behind the mic, but we are honored to have you here.
Oh, I'm the one who's honored. It's a pleasure to be here.
Aw.
And I thank you for always, putting the word out and talking about our little business. We've grown, and we're still, it's a little mom and pop jewelry store that is still that mentality of, even though we tripled the size by buying the building, it's still, it's, I've graduated to Uncle Vic from Vic now, so it's getting older. So at some point I might be Grandpa Vic, who knows? But that's the mentality of the business, saying truly you become part of the family. We really care.
Right. And I felt that when I walked into your store, and I want you to know that. When you walk into a store and you're not treated well, you want to turn around and run for the hills unless it's something you have to be there for.
Customer service is the key, and it's not just service, it's customer relationships. And I look for opportunities. One of my superpowers is look for an opportunity. So you write a thank you note when someone makes a purchase, right?
Yeah.
Got to be sure it's not for a guy's girlfriend and he goes to his wife there, first of all, which has happened, not with me. But do you also say, hey, it's been a year, come in for your free jewelry cleaning?
We always encourage that it's like...
Send them a note and just remind them, because come in and, hey, by the way, we got new stuff, so...
You can relate to the guy, say, well, when you go to change the oil, come in and see us, and let's inspect and clean everything for you, because... it's a great feeling to when a woman comes in or a little customer, we hug and we say hello, and 10 minutes later her ring is cleaned up and she looks at it and she's like, oh my God, this it looks like it's the first day. So encouraging, say, sure, come and see us on a regular basis. Even if you didn't buy anything from us, we inspect and clean and make sure everything's safe. Because the other hand is, it happens once a week, twice a week that a customer comes in and goes, you know what? A diamond fell out. I haven't had it inspected for a year, 2 years, 10 years, and as it is, kind of go. So, we try to prevent that,
Prongs get bent easy, ladies, and you want to always keep it, your man worked really hard to purchase that for you. So you better treasure it for the rest of your life. Or upgrade.
And ladies come in. It happens, it's the 25th, it's 30th anniversary, so... it's just we learned make sure that your customer doesn't outgrow you. You grow with them, because hopefully, as we hear it all the time, well, 30 years ago, it didn't have much, so I got her this little thing. Well, 30 years later, we've done well, so I'm ready to get her, a 30-year, gift. So it's really great to see that.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like longevity in relationships. It's a hard thing in these days to have that. You both have to work at it. It takes 100 and 2,000% from both parties. It used to be 50-50, but I don't think in this day and age we've outgrown that concept, and it's all in for both.
It's a business partnership.
Kind of. Yeah. Zach, I have this caller on the air, and I'm not sure what's going on. It's Willow Bill, and he wants to say hello. And I know he's out there in Hell's Gate somewhere. They're making their own canoes out of logs.
Wow.
And they're going to be
Native
going down
style.
the Snake River, I believe, is where he's at and doing. And he wanted to say hello, but I don't know what's going on in my room over there. So, anyways.
Go ahead, bring him on.
Yeah. We got a couple minutes.
Hello there, Anita.
Hi, sorry to keep you waiting forever. We got a busy studio in here this morning.
You know what, Anita? You are rocking it. You are awesome. Business Connections with Anita. America Matters. This is what it's all about. And, I'm out here at Hell's Gate State Park. We're having a little salmon fest for the Cinco de Mayo celebration. I'm actually with the canoe that I carved 13 years ago and paddled back and forth across America, retracing the steps of Lewis and Clark. Its name is Mato Shante.
Awesome.
And he is calling for all the canoes and for all the people to come and help save the salmon. We're having a prayer at 5 to stay alive, and we're right here at Hell's Gate State Park here in beautiful Idaho on the Snake River. And, Anita, you've been such an inspiration in business. It's all about business. That's what Lewis and Clark was all about, was commerce. And without water, we don't have business. So, people out there, we got to protect our waters. Protect the water.
It takes water for all living things to thrive.
It really is a key thing.
I don't drink.
Anita, you sound great, and you guys, all of you there, are really thumbs up. So that's Willow Bill calling you live from Hell's Gate.
Oh, it was great to hear from you, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for
you
calling
know
in.
how much I love you, Willow Bill. You're one of my biggest supporters of Business Connections with Anita. And when you make it back to Reno and Carson City area, we need to hook up and give each other a big hug.
You know it. I love you too, and God bless all of you. America matters, and keep the businesses connected, Anita.
I will do it, and I'll do it for all of my listeners. And Facebook, I know you're here. I haven't ignored you. Just a little busy in the studio and a hectic morning. But we are getting ready to go to our another break already, and we're going to hear a few more things about our folks here. So stay with us. You can see more about me on afdesigns.online. And Zach, we're growing like a weed.
We are.
Stay tuned.
It's your worldwide invite to Barbecue, the Butcher's Kitchen. Perfection in tri-tip, rib tips, and brisket. Rotisserie chicken with the white sauce. All hardwood smoked. Old world sausage aged to perfection. Wood smoke fire Barbecue, the Butcher's Kitchen. 7689 South Virginia. Call in and pick up dinner. Barbecue, the Butcher's Kitchen. Get in and get real.
Businesses, writers, check this out. Go to lrpnv.com to get your printing, publishing, and professional services today. Need a virtual office? A place to receive and forward your mail with professional address and suite number for your business? Someone to answer your telephones? Want to rent a conference room for only $15 an hour? What about that book you've been wanting to have printed? LRP Printing and Business Center can do it for you, and they have a professional assistant on site daily, Monday through Friday. Just call 775-356-1004. Need copies, business cards, invoices, books, booklets, or graphic design to help brand you or your business? Just call 775-356-1004 or go to lrpnv.com. With a great selection of new and used books, you can get your printing done and a book to entertain you in your time off. And don't forget, you could have your business sponsoring the Bookhound Radio Show, just like Andrew Martoni, author of Little Man in the Map, does every week. Just go to lrpnv.com. That's lrpnv.com or call 775-356-1004. They'll provide solutions for your business and writing projects.
Wainema Ranch Wild Horse Sanctuary, a preserve dedicated to keeping America's wild mustangs and burros running free. Wainema Ranch, 29 miles north of Reno near Hallelujah Junction. An amazing site to visit. Over 130 of God's majestic animals at home on the range. Experience the beauty and wonder. Give at wainemaranch.com. That's WYNEMA ranch.com or call 775-384-4444. Wainema Ranch.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, please, have a seat. So here's the thing. When this company brought you on, we took a chance on you. You didn't have that 4-year college degree we typically look for.
Right.
But we gave you a shot anyway. And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore. We want to hire you.
You're serious?
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the Grads of Life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Hi everybody, this is Sharon Oran with Coffee with Sharon. Remember, Thursday, 5 p.m., I'll be here. Will you?
Brought to you in part by Michael's Reno Power Sports.
Unable to listen to the whole show? A recording of today's program will be available later today. Visit americamatters.us and click on the podcast link. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to all of our radio friends and everybody watching and tuning in on Facebook or YouTube. We appreciate you greatly.
We appreciate you. Cameras are up here, and we can all say hi, and we love you, and thank you for joining us.
And I want to say hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon Slater, right?
Yep.
We appreciate you, and we miss you in here this morning with us. You've been on the show before, and it was such a pleasure that day. We were with Christian.
Yep.
Remember that? That was many moons ago. That was before all this happened. I want to just a quick mention again for my friend Linda out there in Warsaw, Indiana, who has a friend. His name is Jake Jimrick. He is in need of a kidney transplant. He's quite young, and I promised her that I would do my best to get the word out. She thought of me first and said that I don't know anybody else that I can turn to get the word out like you can. So he's going to be registered in Minnesota and Indiana on the donor list. If you're interested in being a donor, I did put the link on her thread to me about the UC Davis questionnaire, so I figured it's a start.
Can I add to that?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about our friend David. In the Dayton area. This is a very unique situation because the places that do the kidney transplants, they say, oh, good luck on finding someone local. He found someone local.
Amen.
I mean, I can't believe it. He put it out there, and we have someone local. And so what's really nice now, I mean, David's been suffering for 5 years now. He now has a date for his transplant.
May 31st.
May 31st. But what's so phenomenal is the fact that he found someone local. He just put it out there and found someone. And it's absolutely wonderful. That is a very rare situation.
Yes, and I'm very touched that Linda would think of me to help in this situation, because obviously what I did by coming out to Dayton and interviewing Dave, which I need to make a date with him before he goes under the knife for his kidney transplant. I want to have an interview with him on how his community has lifted him up, because we do mention him on Business Connections with Anita each and every week. And we're going to continue to lift him and Phil up and support them in any way we can, but I don't want to take all the time up. And I want to get to status for women in Nevada.
The status of women in
Why do
Nevada.
I always say for? Anyways, she's going to always correct me, and we're going to move on.
Okay.
Tell me about your organization and how they help women.
It's a brand new organization in Nevada. But back in 2004, I was with Business and Professional Women's Organization. At that time, I was their state president for Nevada. Their acronym is BPW. And one of the programs that we participated in was Womenomics. And so we created a forum called the Status of Women in Nevada. Since then, it hasn't been done. I'm the only one who's done it. And we have this huge morphing going on in northern Nevada right now. The growth, the type of industries coming in, people moving in from not just California, from other states as well. Salaries are starting to go up again, but there's still the issue with women and families. And one of the main things that we have to deal with in northern Nevada is child care. So if you live in Reno and you need to travel to go to one of those companies out in the Tahoe industry or up in the North Reno area, your child is either left with a babysitter or is in school. So if something happens, you have a far distance to go.
Yes.
You really do. So we need to bring that together for the general public. A good model to look at is Sierra Nevada Industries over in Sparks. They have on-site daycare. The parents who work there can go and have lunch with their children.
Beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
The family unit is staying input.
I think that would make a happier employee by having those services
It's a wonderful
available.
perk. It's a wonderful perk. The other thing as well, since we are in rural Nevada, transportation is an issue.
Yes.
I did not know this until just a few years ago, that Nevada was the only state in the union that didn't have infrastructure, meaning connecting roads here and there so that you can get to point A to point B. You know, so mass transit is in Carson City and in Reno, but the people who are coming to these jobs live in Lyon County.
Yes.
They live in Churchill County.
Yes.
Yeah, they live in Douglas County, and they're commuting. So they're spending a minimal of an hour to an hour and a half in the morning, maybe longer. And if the weather's bad, you see the
accidents,
picture.
whatever.
Yep.
It's I've done commutes like that. Not a fun time.
So the status of women in Nevada had to be created. It just had to be. So we created the nonprofit. We have a huge forum that's coming up on September 21st. We've invited several guest speakers to talk about the things that have changed in the woman's life. And you know what? It's just not about women in Nevada. It's including men. There are a lot of single parents out there, and a lot of them are men, and they have the same issues at this point as the woman does.
Yeah.
They really do. And so on September 21st, we plan to have a forum with guest speakers to tell you some of the things that you need to start planning as soon as you get out of high school. If you're not planning when you get out of high school, when you get my age, you're going to suffer.
Right.
It takes proper planning from the very beginning. And we know from 18 on until your golden years, things are going to happen. Stupid things are going to happen in your life. You need to be prepared for it.
Right.
So we have lenders that cater to helping women with getting their home. And I'm going to say that because, I think some of us have been around long enough to know that there was a time when a woman could not even buy a home. Much less a car, much less get an apartment or house to rent. It was taboo. So things have changed a lot. We are a D- in the United States for women's issues, women in poverty, a D-. We've gone up. It used to be an F.
Oh.
Okay, so back in 2004, when we did our women's forum, this is going to stagger because I don't have the numbers yet because we're coming up to a new census. Okay, that new census will tell us. So back in 2004, a woman lost on an average. Let me rephrase that. A woman and a family lost on average $272,000 worth of benefits to the family because of salaries.
I think everybody, when I look at job descriptions and stuff, $13 an hour just isn't going to cut it. And that's about some of the best you can get in the Reno area right now. And I get where the business needs to make money too.
Yes.
But for instance, driving around trying to get an apartment. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Oh, I know.
I went, I lost my boyfriend. We had to move a month ago. And now we're having to move again because my situation has changed at my condo. So here we are. We just moved. We just haven't recovered from the costs of that move. Now we have to do it again here in the next 13 days. And we finally found a place, but I'll tell you, it's $600 per pet.
Oh.
For a pet deposit, non-refundable.
Yep.
Then it's the processing fees, running your credit, doing all this stuff. While it's all said and done, it's like $3,500 to move into an apartment here that's under 700 square feet.
And that's another issue that's going on in northern Nevada. Obviously, it's in the entire state, but in northern Nevada, it's pretty crucial because we don't have affordable housing.
No.
None. Zilch, nada.
No, they're tearing it all down.
They're tearing it down. They're bringing in the new
luxury apartments.
Luxury apartments, and who can afford $1,900 for a single bedroom? Who can?
Right, that's where it's at. I mean, over there at the marina, I just seen on the news, it's what, $2,900 a month?
Yep. No way.
For a freaking apartment.
To live on a little man-made lake.
A little man-made lake with, it's crazy.
So I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but Governor Sandoval was in office at the time, and one of the bills that we wanted to pass in the area is to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. And the governor vetoed that. I understand exactly why now after I've talked to numerous people. Because if a person in northern Nevada makes $15 an hour and it's a single individual with a child, when you're making $15 an hour, it puts you out of the range of getting any kind of benefits to help your family.
Yep.
So $15 an hour is a killer. It is right now.
Because then you can't get any assistance because you make too much.
That's right. So that's something I wanted to put out there for people to think about. That's not a gender issue. That's everybody.
CJ, I can't thank you enough for coming back on our show.
Thank you.
I'll continue to support you. You know that. We're connected, girl.
Yes, we are.
And Dan, same with you. You and I have a different connection. But we really appreciate you coming on, talking about your biology, and putting up with our little blip last week.
Just want to help everybody a little bit. I serve.
And Victor, it's such a pleasure to have you on, and you can come back on the show
thank you.
anytime you want to, okay? And I'll send people your way. They'll be saying Anita sent me.
You got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Christian, we appreciate you and Tahoe coming
you
in this
always.
morning,
Oh
and
my
we do have a
goodness.
fundraiser going on. There's a spaghetti fundraiser CJ's having for David. I have that posted on Business Connections with Anita on my page there. And then real quick, one more.
We have a nonprofit workshop on May 23rd in Carson City at the Carson Nugget in the Alate Room. We arranged to have a gentleman from SCORE come out and talk to you if you're considering creating a nonprofit. They're going to help you learn the ins and outs of what you need to do, the financial side, your Form 990. It's wonderful information. So that's on May 23rd at noon.
Okay.
In
Oh, he cut us off. All right, here we go, folks. We're going to have a great day. We'll see you next week here on Business Connections with Anita.